A single, sudden fall, that's all it takes. One moment, you're living independently, planning your next adventure. The next, you're part of the chilling statistic. Over 800,000 older adults hospitalized annually in the US due to a fall, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This isn't just a number, it's a life irrevocably altered, a broken hip, a traumatic head injury, the devastating loss of independence, and for far too many, a permanent decline in dignity and quality of life. What if I told you that you might be experiencing these very same critical warning signs right now, dismissing them as benign? That the illusion of a gentle, inevitable decline is precisely what puts you at the highest risk? This isn't about scare tactics. It's about waking up to the truth before it's too late. Quick reminder, hit that subscribe button if you want more deep dives like this every day. Imagine standing up, ready for your next adventure, and the world goes black. Just for a second, but that second is all it takes. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a silent hazard, a momentary blackout threatening your independence and your future travels. This is Sign 1, the stand-up blackout threat, and it is a direct pathway to catastrophic falls. This isn't some random occurrence, it's a physiological reality. As we age, our body's finely tuned internal alarm system, called baroreceptors, becomes less sensitive. Normally, when you stand, these baroreceptors instantly signal your blood vessels to constrict, rapidly pushing blood up to your brain. But with age, that crucial signal weakens, meaning your blood vessels don't constrict quickly enough. Your brain briefly starves for blood, causing that dizzy spell. This phenomenon, scientifically known as orthostatic hypotension, is a proven vulnerability, not a sign of weakness, but a challenge our bodies face that demands our attention. Consider the heartbreaking story of Mrs. Evelyn, a vibrant 78-year-old planning her dream safari. One afternoon, she stood up from her armchair, felt that familiar fleeting wooziness, and then the floor rushed up to meet her. That brief dizziness led to a catastrophic fall, a hip fracture, and ultimately, months of grueling rehabilitation. Her travel plans vanished, replaced by a devastating loss of independence. This wasn't bad luck. It was the direct, preventable consequence of ignoring this silent threat. But you are not powerless against this. You can combat the stand-up blackout threat with one simple, powerful habit, the 10-second rule. Before you stand up from a seated or lying position, actively engage your leg muscles, flex your calves, tighten your thighs for a full 10 seconds. This crucial action primes your circulatory system, ensuring blood flows to your brain before you rise. It takes mere seconds, costs nothing, and is your personal shield against a life-altering fall. Implement the 10-second rule and stand tall, ready for every adventure the world has to offer. Sign 2, the joint thickening trap. This isn't just morning stiffness. It's a silent alarm blaring from deep within your joints, a critical warning that your body is ensnared in a dangerous biological feedback loop. If stiffness stubbornly refuses to fade after you've been awake for a while, you're experiencing more than discomfort. You're witnessing the erosion of your mobility and, ultimately, your independence. Overnight immobility causes the synovial fluid, the natural lubricating oil in your joints, to thicken. It becomes less like smooth lubricant and more like molasses, trapping inflammatory markers. This isn't just a precursor to debilitating inflammatory arthritis. The American Heart Association and a growing body of scientific research now directly link chronic inflammation and joint issues to a significantly increased risk of cardiovascular disease. Your stiff joints aren't just a mobility challenge, they're a potential heart threat. Consider Mr. Harrison, a vibrant retired history professor with a lifelong dream of exploring ancient Roman ruins. He'd brush off persistent knee soreness, attributing it to just getting older. He ignored the morning stiffness, pushing through with painkillers. Then, on the eve of his long-awaited trip to Italy, a severe gout flare-up struck. Excruciating pain, swelling, complete immobility. His dream trip gone. Not just postponed, but fundamentally compromised, because he dismissed the early warnings of his body's internal battle. The third silent alarm bell your body is ringing is a constant, nagging thirst you just can't quench. This isn't just about feeling dry. It's a critical warning sign that your body's most vital systems are entering a dangerous, self-perpetuating spiral towards breakdown. This persistent thirst signals a deep compromise in your internal hydration machinery, threatening your kidney function, brain clarity, and ultimately, your independence. Here's the stark biological reality. As we age, our natural thirst mechanism, once an infallible internal GPS for hydration, becomes blunted. Your brain, specifically the hypothalamus, loses its acute sensitivity to dehydration. Crucially, the production and regulation of vasopressin, often called the antidiuretic hormone, falters. This hormone is your body's master water conservationist. When vasopressin levels are compromised, your kidneys, designed to filter and conserve, struggle to retain water. This leads to chronic, insidious dehydration. Over time, your blood volume decreases, becoming thicker, a state known medically as hemoconcentration. This thicker blood forces your heart to work harder, strains your kidneys to their breaking point, and dramatically increases your risk of blood clots, strokes, and acute kidney injury. This isn't just discomfort, it's a systemic failure. Consider the case of Helen, a vibrant 78-year-old traveler. Helen was always on the go, but she noticed a persistent, unyielding thirst. She dismissed it, assuming it was simply the dry air of her latest adventure. What she didn't realize was that her prescribed blood pressure medication, a common diuretic, was silently exacerbating her body's already dulled thirst response. One sweltering afternoon in Marrakesh, Helen experienced sudden confusion and dizziness. Her family rushed her to a local clinic, where tests revealed she was on the brink of acute kidney injury, directly attributable to severe chronic dehydration. Helen's story is a stark reminder. What feels like a minor inconvenience can rapidly escalate into a life-threatening crisis, especially when compounded by common medications. The good news is, you possess the power to reverse this dangerous trend. First, adopt the water-to-weight rule. Aim to consume half your body weight in ounces of water daily. For example, if you weigh 150 pounds, target 75 ounces of water. This is a foundational, non-negotiable baseline. Second, empower yourself with the neck skin pinch test. Gently pinch the skin on the back of your neck or the top of your hand for a few seconds. If it snaps back quickly, you're likely well hydrated. If it takes several seconds to return to normal, your body is screaming for water. This simple, free test is your immediate personal hydration monitor. Integrate these two practices, and you will proactively safeguard your kidneys, sharpen your mind, and reclaim your body's critical hydration balance. Sign 4. The early onset sleep interruption, a nightly threat to your health. Do you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, unable to drift back to sleep? This isn't just a minor annoyance or a sign of normal aging. It is a critical, covert signal of cortisol regulation failure. This nightly interruption isn't merely poor sleep hygiene, it's your body screaming about chronic stress, an overloaded adrenal system, and a direct threat to your immune strength, blood pressure, and even your cognitive independence. The science is unequivocal. During healthy, restorative sleep, your body's cortisol, the primary stress hormone, should be at its lowest point. This allows for deep cellular repair and regeneration. However, groundbreaking research into the cortisol awakening response, or CAR, reveals that sudden, premature spikes of cortisol can jolt you awake hours before dawn. This isn't just an isolated event. It traps your body in a vicious cycle, transforming what should be a period of rest into a perpetual state of physiological stress, relentlessly eroding your health from the inside out. Consider the experience of Ms. Perez, a vibrant woman who, in her mid-70s, began waking consistently at 3 a.m. She dismissed it as just getting older, a common complaint among her friends. Yet, these nightly interruptions slowly chipped away at her vitality. The fatigue grew relentless, her memory faltered, and she found herself struggling with basic decisions. Doctors initially suspected early onset dementia, a devastating misdiagnosis that stemmed directly from her body's inability to achieve restorative sleep. Her independence, her very sense of self, was under siege, all because she hadn't recognized the true meaning of her restless nights. But you are not powerless against this nightly threat. The solution is within your grasp, and it's surprisingly simple: the nighttime magnesium protocol. This isn't just about taking a pill. It's a targeted strategy to reclaim your sleep. By incorporating a high-quality magnesium glycinate supplement about an hour before bed, or by adopting a specific pre-sleep routine designed to calm your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal HPA axis, you can dramatically reduce those premature cortisol spikes. This empowers your body to enter and maintain the deep, restorative sleep essential for immune resilience, sharp cognition, and sustained energy. Reclaim your nights, reclaim your health, and safeguard your future. Pay close attention if reaching for that top shelf now feels like an insurmountable challenge. This isn't merely stiffness, it's a critical warning. The inability to effortlessly reach overhead is a direct precursor to a terrifying decline in independence. This isn't just a nuisance, it's a physiological red flag. Your body is losing the crucial muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia, alongside a decrease in bone density. This twin assault leaves your upper back and shoulders severely weakened. Without that vital muscular scaffolding, your spine is exposed, dramatically increasing your susceptibility to debilitating spinal compression, painful fractures, and the devastating impact of a simple fall. Remember Grandpa John, a fiercely independent soul who, like many, quietly dismissed his diminishing reach. He never asked for help, convinced it was just getting old. But one ill-fated afternoon, a routine twist to grab an item from a high cupboard resulted in a catastrophic spinal compression fracture. His previously vibrant life, abruptly confined, became a stark testament to the perils of ignoring this critical sign. Sign 6, the lingering bruise and your silent system collapse. Imagine a tiny bump, a slight knock, that leaves a mark on your skin not for days, but for weeks. This isn't just an unsightly inconvenience, it's a blaring alarm. A lingering bruise is your body's urgent message that its fundamental ability to repair itself is failing. This is a silent threat to your independence, signaling a systemic breakdown that could escalate into debilitating health crises, eroding the very foundation of your active life. The scientific truth is stark. As we age, our skin's protective layers, rich in collagen and subcutaneous fat, naturally thin. This makes everyday bumps far more likely to manifest as deep, persistent bruises. But the real danger lies in the healing time. When these bruises refuse to fade, it points directly to compromised microcirculation, your body's intricate network of tiny blood vessels struggling to deliver vital nutrients and remove waste. This often correlates with critical deficiencies in vitamin K, essential for clotting, or vitamin C, crucial for collagen production. Left unaddressed, this impaired healing is a hallmark of unchecked systemic inflammation or even mismanaged diabetes, paving the way for far graver complications. Consider the poignant experience of Sarah, a seasoned traveler whose father, Arthur, had always been robust. Sarah noticed a peculiar map of bruises on Arthur's shins, faint purple patches that never seemed to fully disappear. Arthur, ever stoic, dismissed them as just old age. But Sarah, armed with research, urged him to investigate. What seemed like minor cosmetic issues were, in fact, early warnings of severely compromised circulation and undiagnosed nutrient deficiencies. This seemingly benign issue was a chilling prelude to a series of more serious vascular complications that could have been mitigated had the alarm been heeded earlier. You have the power to reverse this trajectory. Introduce the color check habit into your daily routine, a simple, vital inspection of your lower legs and feet. Look for any persistent discoloration, any bruise that overstays its welcome. Simultaneously, empower your circulatory system with vascular fuel. Integrate foods rich in vitamin K, like leafy greens, and vitamin C found in citrus and berries, along with omega-3 rich walnuts. This low-friction, high-impact strategy isn't just about preventing bruises. It's about fortifying your body's self-repair mechanisms, reclaiming robust circulation, and safeguarding your vibrant, independent future. Don't wait for a crisis. Take control now. Sign 7, the invisible dignity killer. Our senses are our connection to the world, but there's an insidious threat that quietly erodes two of the most fundamental, taste and smell. This isn't just about food losing its flavor. It's an invisible dignity killer, a stealthy harbinger of far more serious health declines. When the world loses its aroma and meals turn bland, it signals a breakdown in the very foundation of your health and independence, hinting at impending nutritional deficiencies and even accelerated cognitive decline. This isn't mere conjecture. Cutting-edge research reveals a stark truth. The gradual loss of olfactory function, your sense of smell, is strongly correlated with early neurodegenerative changes. It acts as a critical, often overlooked, early biomarker for conditions that can severely impact your mental sharpness. Beyond the brain, this sensory decline suppresses appetite, leading to dangerous calorie and nutrient gaps. These gaps don't just make you tired, they undermine your immune system, leaving you vulnerable, and accelerate muscle loss, a debilitating condition known as sarcopenia. You're literally starving your body and brain of what they need, often without even realizing it. Consider Eleanor, a woman who once found profound joy in her kitchen, famous for her vibrant coq au vin and fragrant apple tarts. Slowly, insidiously, the world dulled. Her beloved herbs became indistinguishable, spices lost their warmth, and eventually, she declared, everything just tastes like cardboard. Eleanor abandoned cooking, her appetite dwindled, and she began to lose weight unintentionally. Her immune system, deprived of vital nutrients, weakened, leading to a cascade of minor illnesses that left her exhausted and increasingly isolated. Her zest for life, once so evident, faded along with her ability to savor a meal. But you are not powerless against this nightly threat. You can fight back, and the solution is surprisingly simple and profoundly effective. Embrace the spicy herb rule. Make it a non-negotiable part of every meal. Actively enhance your dishes with potent-smelling, anti-inflammatory herbs and spices. Think rosemary, known for its cognitive benefits, warming cinnamon, a powerhouse anti-inflammatory, and pungent garlic, a natural immune booster. By intentionally adding these flavor giants, you don't just revive the pleasure of eating. You actively stimulate your senses, provide crucial anti-inflammatory compounds, and bolster your nutritional intake. Reclaim the joy of food, and in doing so, reclaim your vibrant health and dignity. Comment below right now and tell us which single habit you are committing to for the next 2 weeks. Let's inspire each other. And to ensure you never miss another crucial insight, subscribe to our channel.